Right then,
I Chorus Falling by Scourge's playing.
a lovely bit of rock Sirst use a lot is currently the Farty SD with 3 farts. Let's see what treasures the day brings.
Drummers in the house tonight, bringing love and lighting up the night. Feel the rhythm, everything's alright. Dancing close, hearts are intertwined. Well, drummers in the house, we'll keep it tight. Feel the synth part, everything's so bright. Well, drummers in the house, I love it nice. Dance together through this endless night.
Im Biertast. Heute Abend ist was los, RF-Programme. Du bist der Gast in unserer Gaudi, der Hosen. Stolz und grandios. Willkommen hier zum Magic Coast. Rave Party auf Days, dass die Sorge verschwindet. Hier wird heute die Freundschaft verbunden. Campagna go mit Wienersen. Ich bin Dame.
Tapping away, she's got her own throne. Buzzing keyboards, wires go. Welcome to my jingles, let's start the show. Click, 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 she's ready to strike. Dancing on streams, cutie like raccoon power, shining bright. Second tunes, all through the night. Sound.
Welcome us be out to the sea. With Jack go streaming, hear the cheer. Join this vibe, it's electric. Let the fun and the laughter steer.
Together one song, no place we'd rather be. With the chopped and runners, let's set our spirits free.
Right then, the adverts are on. Best to find a nice bit of litter to tidy up while they play. Thanks for enduring those ads. It's a bit of a bother, even for a humble wumble.
Humble wumble my arse. There's nothing humble about him. Hello. Yes, I'm late today. So sue me. No, actually, please don't. I haven't got any money. Chloe, if you were to upgrade your computer to a 486, you could run Discord. If you ran Discord, you'd know I was going to be late. But since you insist on running your whole life on a 386, it's your own silly fault. Well, that's what I say anyway. Hello. So sue me, the Apple sound file. Indeed, yes. The famous Apple sound file. Okay, so we've got a G-pin lurking somewhere there. Well, we did have. I don't know if he still is. We've got a Bal Gemmet who's annoyed at me starting late. I was eating. The lump of pork took a bit longer to cook than expected. There's an RF, of course, and there's always an RF. And the Raspiel, hello. PJB, hello. Chloe, of course. SVK's arrived. MJ's there. Tyler Hoot, hello, hello. You're not entirely sure Chloe's antipathy towards Discord is based on CPU. True, true. Discord costs only 1 soul. Yeah, true. It's fine for us that have got multiple souls. But when you're when you've only got 1 soul, it can be a bit expensive. Discord may have shot their own foot off with their latest actions, indeed. Which is why I am toying with alternate ideas for chat. One of which is based on a cut down mud. Some of you in Discord will have already seen this. But my latest fun is a little chat room based on a mud which has had all the fighting removed and only a couple of rooms. Which is fun. It's like IRC, but in my opinion, better than IRC, because I find IRC clunky and annoying in that it's very ephemeral, very temporary. You log out and you've gone. And somebody else could log in as you. It's not a great system, IRC. So this, I've actually based this loosely around a system called PG+, which is a system we used to use back in the early 90s for chat. And it's like IRC, but better. It actually gives you a character that you can log in as and configure and set things up on and chat with. Turn on logging in your client. Yeah, but it's not great. But this gives you an actual environment to chat in, including a bar with drinks you can buy. Well, I say buy, it's all free, of course. There is a room 454 as well, of course, with a goat in it. Which you can pet. But that's on port 2000 of magenco.co.uk. I tend to be around in there most of the time. It's a bit of fun. You haven't left IRC in 25 years plus. You're not leaving now. Fair enough. I've got nothing really against IRC. I just don't like the way that IRC works. I don't find it a great system. But these kind of things I just love to bits. So if you want something alternative, log into there and have some fun. Throw suggestions at me of what we can add, because it's a whole world we can build up ourselves. So I know there are ways of making your character more permanent, but it's all a hack. You have to be there all the time if you want your character to be there all the time, unless you run something that's non-standard on at the server end, and it's messy. I don't like it. And this actually gives you a world that you can belong to and be part of. It's much more fun. You can actually interact in a much better way. But anyway, that's just one little thing I've been working on. Well, Usenet is another possibility of setting up as well. It'll be alt.magencotech, not magencotech.alt, by the way, because it's backwards. Or I might run my own stoked implementation or something like that, maybe. Alt Magencotech fart fart fart, indeed. Alt.magencotech baljemit.beards.r.cool. There you go. It's a swarm.
Welcome, Swarm, to the stream where pixels
With a subscription. Thank you for the subscription.
your presence to me. In
Oh,
Whiskers
Sex Machinko bot. Ooh, no.
here in Majenko's space we unite to laugh and cheer.
You are the most beard here. Yeah, I can see that actually, yes.
Yeah.
There's the
Swarm of dead
subscription.
insects has subscribed for 10 months and says,
Well, hello.
Welcome, a swarm of dead insects.
Well, hello, Taylor.
Subscriber.
Thank you for the sub.
Enjoy the rock music.
You still use SLRN in the shell, fair enough. I prefer tin. So given the choice of how you want to do the social media communication thing, if Discord becomes a nightmare, would you rather a bulletin board like PHPBB or something similar, or a Stoat or whatever it's called implementation, which is like Discord, or IRC, or a chat room, or Usenet? What would be your preferred form of communication? Because I'm happy with any of those personally. PHPBB and IRC. You can't post pictures in IRC, that's probably a good thing. Something that can share images. So what you're saying is you want something with history and media. So that basically means a forum or something like Stoat, or something along those lines. Streak! Get your clothes back on, Swarm. 75 stream streak. Kinky. Why they don't have a 69 stream streak, I don't know. Snack. I think it's called Stoat. Yeah, stoat.chat. This is my test server. It's almost identical to Discord, but it's not Discord. So it'd either be that or a forum then, with some other terminal-based talk system. Stoat sounds weaselly good indeed. Yeah, that's just your basic forum. I can knock together a forum in my sleep. Stoat you haven't tried. It's just like Discord. I mean, stoat.chat. Oh well, where are we? If I go create invite, copy link. That's just my test one on stoat.chat system. I can run it self-hosted, or I can run it on this. And there's other things as well besides Stoat. Stoat is the most Discord-esque one, I think. You have some preloaded distrust for things that are new, especially if they are vibe coded. You don't know what the security is going to be like on them. It could be rough as buggery. Rough as a stoat's ass. But PHPBB has had a rough history as well, even. But then, it's a popular thing. Anything that's popular gets targeted by bots. Stoats are soft. It depends which way you rub them. You rub them the wrong way, they can get a bit pointy. Yeah, because it was popular, it's quite well supported, so yeah. Wait and see what Discord does. They haven't done anything yet. Well, it's possible they may back... It's all this... who they're using as their authentication provider and who they suddenly switched to, who has a very, very, very bad reputation for both security and data selling and using. So, yeah. I'm not impressed with who they've suddenly switched to for their age verification stuff. But just Discord, the way Discord's been going recently in general, I've not liked. It's not reputation, it's Thiel, yeah. Palantir, yeah. Yeah, just the way that it's been going recently, since they IPO'd rather, it's every time you log in, it's trying to thrust something new in the way of a sponsorship or a new game that you've got to play, or nitro ever down your throat, begging you to give them money. No, sod off. They're not having my money, and certainly not for the crap that they're peddling. So, no more free Nitro links, no. Free my arse. Free if you give us your credit card details. And then fail to be able to cancel in time, so we then charge you, whether you like it or not. Yeah. So, a lot of people are looking for... The bot sucks. Yes, very nice, Ben. A lot of people are looking for alternatives to Discord these days. But Discord does have the advantage that it integrates well with other systems like Patreon and Twitch and things for subscriptions and what have you. But to be honest, I don't use any of that. I mean, I do have subscriber-only channels in Discord, but nobody uses them. We're just always in general and computer and food and pub. Oh, and room 454, of course. But nobody ever uses the subscriber stuff anyway, so stuff it. So, yeah. I do, indeed. Yeah, but there's nothing in them. If you've got your subscription set up properly, it should link across. But I say no buggy uses them, so I'm not bothering with them anymore, probably. So you should be able to see the S-ones in there. If it's set up right, it may not even be set up right. So no, you're not seeing it. Okay. It's set up with the subscriber role. Integrations. Where are we? Server settings. Roles. Maybe it's not set up then. It was set up, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know how it works. I'm sure I had it all set up and working, but must connect Twitch account. Okay. That might fix it, I don't know. But Slack, no thank you. Teams, sod off. You can leave now. Do you see them now, Ben? I don't know quite how it all works now. It was ages ago that I set them up. So, no. I can't remember. I can't be bothered with them, to be honest. They're pretty pointless. Fine if you got thousands of subscribers and thousands of users and you want a private area just for the subscribers. But when it's only just a handful of us like this, there's no point, so... Yeah, I can't remember how it all works. I'll have another quick look. Come back. Is it Nightbot?
Right then, the ads have begun.
Please ignore them, they are not shiny bits I'm collecting from the common.
Open Discord. Under user settings, head to connections. Connect your Twitch account to your Discord. Yeah, that's fine, yeah. You can, to get started, connect Twitch into your server following the how to connect your Switch channel to Discord steps above. Head to connections.
Oh dear, those ads were a bit much wear, aren't they?
Thank you for enduring them.
Twitch is connected.
I'm picking up a stray crisp packet from the common now.
Yeah. Navigate to the server, right click on the server name, integrations, follow the instructions to integrate to your Discord, but there are no instructions. Server settings, integrations. App directory, okay. Is there a Twitch app? Twitch alerts, Twitch announcer, Twitch chat, Twitch live bot. No, there's no Twitch integration thing. It just says follow the instructions to to connect it, but it's nothing. What? Well, it's supposed to, when I set it up, it was supposed to connect it to a permission. And I thought it did it through a bot. But I can't see where it is even set up now. That's the problem.
Chicken and debating chat room technology.
Quite a Thursday on Wimbledon Common.
I don't know. I can't really be arsed with it, to be honest with you. So I might just get rid of those channels anyway and just say stuff it to them, because it's not working. Yeah, you'd expect that, Ben, but it just doesn't seem to be. So subscribers, edit category, permissions. It's the subscriber role has access to it, along with the Patreon, but I don't use Patreon now. It's that subscriber role, and it's about adding people automatically to that role. Members are automatically assigned to this role. It cannot be manually assigned to. Okay. Links. Here. Must connect Twitch account is turned on. Manage members. Can't because it's an automatic role. That's what's behind add requirement. And that is where I got the must connect Twitch account from. There's nobody in the role. It's not added anybody to the role. And I'm sure it was done through a bot. Connect your Twitch account to your Discord account by pressing the Twitch icon title and logging into your Twitch account. User settings, connections. Hey, thank you for the gifted sub G-Pin. So, user settings, connections. Twitch should already be sorted, but it's...
Oh, lovely.
Jeepin 24/7, that's a kind find.
Mo K Helix will appreciate that. I'm a Womble, and I'm off to tidy up some lost bits and bobs.
I've reconnected that. It was already connected. Okay, that is definitely connected. I just told it to connect again. I can either correct sub-only Discord server, or I can create a sub-only channel or two in my server. Okay,
Now, please
do
don't
that.
leave
I've
any
just done
shiny
that.
things lying about.
Press on server settings and head to integrations. Follow the instructions. So, server settings, integrations. Ah, it's appeared now. It was connected but not connected. Okay, enable Twitch integration. Synced role is Twitch subscriber now. Okay. Right, suddenly it's working because it said it was connected, but it wasn't actually connected. So subscribers, edit category, permissions, add members or roles. Twitch subscriber. Done. Okay. Do you see it now, Ben? You do! Right, it's working. We have subscriber channels working now. I don't know why that wasn't connected. It was connected. It was in the list of connected services. Just wasn't showing. Just wasn't working, so I don't, something must have just disconnected somewhere. Thank you for that, Ben. So we've only got 4: general tech, show off, and announce. Which is where I announce shit, but I won't be doing so. Whatever. The Majenko music redeem. I turned it off because it's annoying crap. I tried turning it off and on again. That seemed to work, yes. Right, so now that we've got these channels working again, do we want them? Do we need them? Is it a good idea to keep them or just not bother? I mean, they're there now, so we may as well keep them, but was it worth the effort? Now that they're there and visible, are you going to bother using them? Chances are no. Because we're all subscribers anyway. And those of us that aren't, G-Pin and Swarm and Chloe are doing their best to rectify. Of course you're not going to use them, no. But that sort of integration I don't think exists in the likes of Stoat yet. There is nothing for integrations. That's the annoying crap redeem. After all that, yeah, let's get rid of it. Well, they can sit there and whatever. So we have options for the future of chatting and things. But the consensus is you want something that has history and has media posting, definitely. Yeah. So something Discord-like or something forum-like. But you also like the instant chat interactive side of things as well. So something like IRC alongside it if it doesn't have it built in. Yes, the fart redeem went up in cost. And the cooldown on it increased. It was getting too noisy. I couldn't hear myself think at times. So I've slowed everything down a bit. You put a button labelled annoy the streamer in front of you, what on earth do you expect you to do with it? Absolutely, yes. So things are hopefully going to be a little bit quieter and I can actually focus on doing things and be able to talk without being farted at incessantly. Or people using the fart redeem. Also, the bot no longer greets people when they arrive.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Because that was getting annoying as well. Especially when I'm trying to manually greet Hot Rocks and the bot suddenly starts talking over me. The bot gets bloody annoying sometimes. Speaking of which, I want to get rid of the bit in the bot where he says that adverts have started and stopped, because that gets annoying. Mainly because of the queue now. He never seems to do it at the right time. So I'm getting rid of that. The fight's gone. Killed the fight. Right, so the bot's now not going to witter on about adverts all the time. Boo, I was winning. Start again then. You're catching up with the bulk of my streams this week that you missed because you're out, and yes, the incessant bot yammering about ads and stuff was getting annoying, and the jingles aren't much better at... Well, I like the jingles because they alert me to when somebody important has
Let's see
arrived.
what mischief we can find.
Currently playing Rock by Dan Lebovitz.
Don't expect me to write any essays, especially not for our programmer.
Well, I might get rid of that as well.
Hasn't he? Sir Stews a lot seems to be enjoying the chaos.
I want to get rid of the stream online. Speaking of somebody important, Daft Punkle.
CRT screen, start to giggle. Keyboard keys, do a little wiggle.
I'll get rid of chat following as well, because that's pointless. Subscriptions I think I'll keep. It's a little bonus.
Champion!
With 69 bits, a swarm of dead insects says,
Corgo 69, you cannot fight in here. This is the war room.
Thank you for the bit swarm. So what was I doing? I've got rid of the stream online. And the power-up one I want to get rid of. Bean Gemmet. Another G-pin. So that should help reduce some of the wittering. Wait for this jingle to finish.
scream, we're alive. Let's jive.
And then I shall restart the overlays. And the bot shouldn't pipe up. And he's not talking about ads as well, which is good. Taunt Majenko bot, yes. Oh, also the bot is slightly more expensive and has a longer cooldown on talking. There you go, just to reduce the incessant RF programmeriness. Right, now let's get on with what we're supposed to be doing, shall we? We've only been here for half an hour or so.
By the Mini Vandals is playing Sir Stews a lot, has the most farts, apparently.
Great Uncle Bulgaria is the only one I listen to.
Don't ask me to write essays, especially for our programmer. I'm a womble. I pick up lost things.
I fart redeem in your general direction. Right, firmware for the RTmFM. The bot is currently set up.
Sir Stews a lot afoot, you say. Fascinating. It's quite common for
To
creatures.
be 1,000
I'm sure it's quite useful for Dave.
points
Now, if you're looking for something I've
Fan on
with
Wimbledon.
a 2-minute cooldown between
entirely.
interactions per person. Right, so a disc format needs to have extra bits with it. Yeah, I shall have a look at that a bit later on, MJ. That's one of the things I want to look at today is that slice by 4 thing to see if we can get even more speed out of it. I can also, on my little control panel here, find people who have got far too many points and remove them. Chloe's only got 92,000 points left. Oh. But Chloe doesn't use points for anything other than giving them to people. Our programmer's only got 4,500. Swarm's got too many. Far too many. The swarm doesn't annoy the bot, so that's fine. Right, so how do I want to do this? I've got a sector of data. And I need to be able to specify what that sector is. And how many times it's included in the first track. Scammers who don't understand what they're typing, most of them don't. We're unable to take a payment for your TV licenses. Your insurer has declined the direct debit payment demand. Pardon? Well, apparently, the DVLA can't take my road tax direct debit. So they keep telling me from different corners of the world. Flexible enough to cope with basically anything, and if you've got to do the first track, yeah, treat the disc as a set of cylinder or track slices backed by separate image files. Yeah. But I don't really want the whole track. I just want the first sector repeated 3 times. At the moment, all I've basically got is a struct, which contains the information about the disk. And I can add an image offset to offset it by a number of cylinders. It's easy enough. Yeah, they've moved on to needing to update your driver's license details now, yes. Ever since the DVLA or whatever got all the information leaked out of it, they know what everyone's payment method is now. And all their email addresses, and they want the login details as well to go with them, which they're not going to get. Unless I do it as a set of, yeah. Image map, although, yeah, it's not. And I could have it just as. Well, there's two. I've got 2 aspects to it. I've got how to store it in memory in an efficient and easy to access manner, and how to specify it in a configuration or when mounting. I can go chart star preamble, because the header is going to be the same no matter what image you've mounted, and it's going to be basically associated with the drive and controller combination, which is basically a disk format. So the preamble data file I don't want to store it in the image file. I don't want to modify an image file from SimH. I want to be able to just take a SimH file and just drop it in there, tell it what format it is, and it work. If you have to modify that format, that file, that's one extra step you've got to go through before you can use it on the disc. But then if you want to go back again, you've then got to unmodify it again to be able to then use it in SimH. I want it to be transferable between the two without having to do anything. So if I just have a file name as the preamble, and an offset for where the image goes, RD54-R -V, this would be a VS2K dot bin, and RD54 image offset equals 1. Now this, I want different. God, this gets slightly more tricky now because I want to have internal and external. Yeah, I know what you're thinking for your way of doing it. Which is a good way of doing it, possibly, but at the moment, I can do both. In fact, both is probably good. I want the format to specify what it is. At the moment, when you mount an image as the active drive, it just uses the file pointer for it. What I could actually do instead is replace that file pointer with your slices. So when you mount the image, it populates a slices structure with this range of cylinders is this file, this range of cylinders is this file. And then instead of just looking at the file, seeking the file, I look in that table to then find the file to seek in. So yeah, I have both. I have this as what it is and how to load it. And the other one is the active data being used. Yeah. But my current thought is this is pointing to a file on disk. The range is always 0 to, yeah, it's how big is the preamble. It's if the image offset is 0, then there's not going to be a preamble. If the image offset is 1, then the preamble is going to fill the first cylinder. Actually, what I want is, well, I want a preamble count. I don't know, Raz. I don't know. That's the thing. I want it to be flexible. If there does happen to be one that's 3 cylinders that we find, I want it to be usable with it. There's no real extra cost in making it flexible, so. Yeah, if it goes on the last cylinder of the disc, then it's going to be it's not going to be a preamble, is it? So maybe I should call it UIC. UIC start. UIC You do 500 a fart. This is discrimination against you. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, the last cylinder was a defect list. Yeah. It's Hot Rocks.
Welcome, welcome, Hot Rocks girl. Tune in, join the magic squad. Hear the vibes, alright, let's groove together through the night.
I mean, this has the defect list at the end. But defect lists we don't care about because they just don't exist. There are no defects. Imagine the size of fight you could do having eaten 500 bacon rashers. I dread to think, yeah.
The sound of 1,000 hard drives spinning up and initializing echoes around the valley. Inside, camouflaged hides, teams of captured yaks and equipment goats wait, poised to capture their quarry. Furtively, a retro geek forages around the woodland, searching for ancient technology to assimilate into its collection. It finds one of the lure boxes and tries to take it away, triggering the trap. The yaks complete the capture and transport it away, while the goats reset the trap.
I would so get caught in that trap. Hello, Alison. There are no defects. Well, isn't it? It's an image file. You're not going to get defects in an image file. You decoded cylinder 1224. Don't think it's meant to be written at all. No space between headers and data. Header, say, less length 126. Space between headers suggests 512, but data is actually 256 and uses standard 1021 CLC. It's a clown show. I'd get caught in a trap for the right RAM chips. I would indeed, yes. Well, the specification says that you've got the UIC, or the extra blocks, which is the UIC debug and bad block remapping temporary scratch space. Then you've got the image. Then you've got the bad block remapping table, which is 56 sectors, I think we worked it out as. And then you've got the remapped bad blocks at the end. So those are going to be remapped blocks, or potentially are remapped blocks. Whether they have headers with them, whether the headers are different because they've got different information needed in them, I don't know. They could be specially formatted blocks without headers or with a different header. But the important thing is that they should be being pointed to by the bad block remap table, which is in the track, in the final 56 blocks of the image. And no gap between the end of header and the start of data preamble. Well, maybe the headers are red herrings. Maybe the headers aren't actually used and it's only data blocks. Possibly. But then how does it know which data block is which? Because there's no index in the... There's no identifier in the data block, really, is there? So it would need a header of some form to point to the... so it knows what data block it is, yeah. There are headers, they're just weird, yeah. And with no gap. But as I say, it's not something that we need to worry about because the bad block remapping table will just be zeros. It will be empty. There are no remapped bad blocks. You don't get remapped bad blocks in an image file. Does battle with the Windows 11 out-of-box experience starts twitching violently. I'm not surprised, yes. The only way to write in there is a whole track at a time. Well, maybe it does. Maybe it does remap an entire track. It might do, because it's got a block of sectors in track 0, in cylinder 0, set aside that is the size of a track. And when it does the bad block remapping, it copies the whole of the track into that area, tries to fix the bad block to copy it back. If that fails, then it might actually be remapping the whole track up to the top there, rather than just an individual block, possibly. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how it works. So it's all a bit of a clown show, really, yeah. But as I say, it's not something we need to worry about because it's not something that we will actually be handling. Because it's not needed to be handled. It's not to say it's not interesting finding out and working out how it works, but that's really just purely an academic exercise more than anything. Right, how do I want to do this? Because I want a pointer to the file of the block, of the UIC block. I've got the number of cylinders that the UIC contains and the number of times the UIC block is repeated. No, yeah, the bot didn't speak when Garfield showed up, yes. It's so much nicer not having the bot wittering away all the time. I'm not happy with this. I've also got other things I need to add to the format as well. Like sync count. RD54 UIC cells is 1 cylinder. UIC count 3, so it replicates that 3 times in the block. Been building installers for a new project this week. Finally have enough bits and pieces from colleagues to test the thing out properly. Nice. So you're going to be flush with cash soon, then, are you? Image start. Only 4 rounds of... Sure, you sent me all the store procedures. Only 4, you're lucky. We all need to earn more money, yes. We're all brassic lint. Got a chunk the other week, but it's disappeared off into fill a hole in the company's finances. Won't be able to get your mitts on it for months. Oh. Home ownership does that, Daft Punkle, yes. Right. So I've got the start, number of cylinders and number of block repeats for the UIC. But I want this format because I've got 2 sources for disk formats. I've got built-in disk formats, and I've got on disk or on SD card formats. So I need a way of identifying whether it's an on-disk one or a built-in one. If it's built-in, then the UIC blob, UIC data will be held in memory already. Push decoder for those bad block sectors. Cool. Maybe I'll look at both hard drives and compare them. See what it's doing. See if there are differences between them. Because if it's an in-memory format, a built-in format, then the data that goes with the built-in format needs to be built in as well. So I want to have common formats already built in, but the ability to add formats with config files on disk. So at the moment, I'm looking at having 2 entries, a UIC file and a UIC blob. Blob. Lovely word, that. Blob. Exactly. Blob, as spoken by Rowan Atkinson when he says, Bob. Well, Bob.
Seems like everyone's either building installers, dodging Windows 11, or lamenting their finances.
Quite the Thursday on Wimbledon Common. RD54, BS2K, UIC equals. Data goes here. Since I have source code to the formatter, I always know the possible variants of those initial sectors. Maybe hard code. Yeah, well, the for this specific combination of hard drive and controller, it's going to be in memory, so I'm going to actually have the code physically in there. So now I want there we go, that's it. UIT, sorry, not UIC, isn't it? So that's the data that I want. Now, easy way of converting from a binary file into a list of hexadecimal values. Indeed. I don't want to have to write a program if I don't have to. I can't do it with XXD, can I? OD. OD, dump files in octal and other formats. And TX format is hex, so ODTX. No. Yeah, that gives me the TX1. Yeah, I still need to. I need to add the OX in front of it, and I need to comma separate them, and I need to get rid of the front column. I mean, I can cut. I can do that to cut the pipe throughs said minus comma OX. Pipe through echo OX. There we go. So we OD it into hex without folding, cut from 9th character onwards to get rid of the left column, replace spaces with comma 0x, and then for each of the lines prefix it with OX and suffix it with comma. Does the job. There's our stupid mouse button. There's our data. This won't compile. Of course. Blob. Make that a const. Okay, that compiles. So I now have that blob in there. So now when loading a cylinder, no, this gets tricky. Because now I want this slice table, but the slice table is slightly odd. Could I do it with C++ classes? Or would that slow things down? Because I could have a base class of a slice, and then inherited class of an in-memory blob slice with repetition, and another slice type that is an on-disk slice with data repetition, and another one that's an on-disk slice with no repetition for the actual main image. Yeah. But then I'd have member functions for getting a track from that slice. I'm not worried about memory usage overhead, it's processing time, because every cycle counts in this. So I'd have something like and then I would have a sorry, yes, I did say member functions. G-Pin, wake up, member functions. How does your member function? And then I can basically have what would I have? I would have something along those lines, if that makes sense. So you've got a parent class that defines the interface. That's basically an interface. Then these implement it. There's different types of slices. Then I have a slice entry which has an offset for the slice, the pointer to the slice. And then basically an array of slices. Possibly. I don't want to know about your hole, thank you, G-Pin. Or I could go like that instead. So I have an image class that contains pointers to the slices and their offsets. Yeah, that's my problem, Ben. I want to keep the searching for which slice you would be looking at down to an absolute minimum. So I mean, searching through the list of slices, even if it's just an array of 32-bit integers for where that slice starts and ends, or where that's, yeah, is going to be wasted cycles. Because it'll only be searching through these when you seek to another track to work out what to load and where from. So it's not doing it on every rotation of the disc, just when seeking. But using this system, you could actually, just a thought it just occurred to me, you could actually take, if you're doing it on a PC, for example, you could actually have the MBR and partition table in one slice file, and then have each partition of the disk in a separate image file and build them up in slices. So I could actually write a little utility that could take a disk image and split it apart for you and create a configuration file. Giving you the MBR and partition table cylinder, and then the each partition as a separate image file and a configuration file to stitch them back together again. If such a thing would be desirable. Well, we've got 2 sources of data at the moment. Could be more, but at the moment it's 2 sources of data. And it's how to store that information about those 2 sources in memory in an efficient manner, given that those 2 sources could be very different types of sources. They could be ketchup and mayonnaise, who knows? Because one could be on disk, one could be in memory. And it's how to store that efficiently and flexibly in a way that could be more than just the 2 sources. I'm wondering, do we have a full STL on here? Maybe not. Because I could, if we have, I could do it as a map. Leave eventual problems for a future me. I'd rather not. I'd like it to be perfectly flexible and modifiable for every eventuality from the start. Shirker taking liberties, yes. It's been a while since I've done C++ using, isn't it? Whoops, wrong window. Using or uses? I can't remember. been a while. I can't remember. Wish I could type. Using namespace, idiot. Using namespace. Of course it is. STL is not a namespace name. STD, idiot. Not STL, it's STD. Why the STL is called STD, I don't know. Why they couldn't call the STL the STL. They had to call it STD, didn't they? Right, so we might have STL available. And a map is... It's been a while. I haven't done STL for ages. Yeah, I thought it was. Ah, here we go. No. Reference to map is ambiguous. So it wants it to be an STD, doesn't it? Right, that's looking hopeful. We may well have STL. In which case I could have a map of slices which has the start of the slice as its key. Maybe not. Just thinking about how to access it, because I would still have to iterate through the keys of the map, finding the slice whose start cylinder is less than or equal to the requested cylinder. Yeah, ideally you want to have it sorted. You've got find if, find the first element satisfying a predicate. Finds the first occurrence of the element that satisfies the condition. But now I want to find the last, not the first. So I want to find the highest index where the index is less than the required track number. Lower bound and upper bound. Returns an iterator to the first element not less than the given key. Or returns an iterator to the first element greater than the given key. Now again, those are opposite. That gives me the next one up. Because I want the last element that is less than, or no, that is, no, I want the first element greater, actually no, this is it, isn't it? Yeah. The first element not less than the given key will give me the, yeah. The first element not less than the given key will give me the first element whose key is equal to or greater than. No. It needs to be less than. Less than or equal to. So I want the last element that is not greater than the given key. Yeah, last element that is less than or equal to my target, and there is no function for that. So I would want the map sorted backwards, basically. Will you two stop peering everywhere? Connection reset by peer. Compare thing in the template. Compare equals STD less, so I could change that to compare equals STD more, I assume, to reverse it. Is there an STD more? No. Of course there isn't. That would be too sensible. You generally supplied your own, yeah. I mean, at this point it's getting needlessly complicated. I might be overthinking this.
Seems like everyone's wrestling with data structures today. I'm just here tidying up the digital scraps.
Yeah, I was just looking at that page swarm. And I tried changing less to more. See if there was a more, and it said not found. But yeah, there is a what they call the possible implementation. Where are we? It's gone now. I did have it open here anyway, at some point. Yeah, it's their possible implementation, which is basically compare them. So, I mean, I could go. It's just
The industry ascent right then. The 126ers heads up is still playing.
I'm a womble, not a programmer. Great Uncle Bulgaria is the only one I trust with anything technical. Super sounds like a bit of a show-off.
oh, of course, it's template, isn't it? It's grotty templates. I hate templates. Template. Yeah, I could do actually stuff templating. I don't like templates. I mean, they have their uses, but there we go, that compiles. So that would... then it would be a case of this returns an iterator, doesn't it? Where have we gone? There we go. That's the window I should have been on. Yeah, that was my last. Yeah. Too many windows. Returns an iterator. Lower bound, no, upper bound. Iterator, the first element greater than the given key. Hang on, no, I'm still looking for one that's less than or equal to, but it'll be the first one now that's less than or equal to. No, this is still not going to work right, is it? Is it map? Find. Find elements with the specified key. No. Because I need... Because before I wanted... the last element that was less than or equal to. Now I want the first element... Now I want the first element that is less than or equal to. There isn't a less than. You've got a not less than, which is a greater than or equal, and you've got a greater than. But there isn't a less than or equal to. I want a not greater than. So even having it reversed, it's still not going to find it using these built-in functions. No, this just gets messy and confusing having this more. What I would be better off doing is I certainly don't want duplicate keys. Right, now I've got to remember how the hell you do iterators now. I think it's 12, GCC 12, so it's pretty new. I can't remember how to do C++. I used to know all of these things. Yeah. So I need map uint 32t comma slice iterator it equals slices dot begin. So if it dot, now I need to get the key from the iterator, don't I? Iterate in ascending order of keys. Sleep calls. IT first and second, that's it, thanks. Sleep well, MJ. Is less than or equal to track. SL equals IT second. Else return SL. Actually, I can do a break there, can't I? So if it's less than or equal to our desired track number, for IMAP compiles. That's not a format that I'm familiar with. But if we go for each slice, if the key is less than or equal to our desired track, then we make a note of the current slice. Otherwise, if it's greater than, then we just finish the loop. So we stop on the last time through, and then we return SL, which could be null. So for, would it be an auto IT map? Like that, you mean? Would it be, or again, not a format I'm familiar with. Oh, hang on. I can take that out. Hang on, that's not map, is it? That's slices. Const auto ampersand. Okay, ignoring these two errors. Yeah, it's now a reference rather than a pointer. And I assume then that wants that, doesn't it? Or does it? No, it shouldn't do, should it? I'm never sure. Yeah, I thought it might. Oops, wrong one. Const slice to slice stuff. Consts always confuse me with these things. Right, that has compiled. Yeah, but that's the value, but that's a pointer to the. Oh, that's the actual, because it's a reference, not a pointer. That's the actual a reference to the class, isn't it? If I take that out, then it tells me that it's not a pointer. It's in 11 that format, is it? It's a const slice to const slice star. You see, it needs dereferencing. References the actual value, yeah. But I don't want the actual value, I want a pointer to the value. Because that's what I'm returning here, I'm returning a pointer. So that I can return null. So find slice track. If image is not null, we could type std null ptr, yes. We could also use null ptr from std IO, whatever. But they all equal 0, so it doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. Null is null, no matter how you tart it up. Just some extra type safety in compile time, wow. Get off, cats. Come on, shoot. Bloody cats, get off me. So here we would do the actual loading. Oh, it's bloody const, isn't it? Where have I got this colon? There. Okay, so what have we got here? Yeah. For const auto IT slices. Cannot declare field std pair const long unsigned int slice second to be of abstract type slice. Oh, it's because it's a this is why I don't normally use maps and shite like that and do things myself in C, because C works. I added a virtual, yes. I mean, I would just store a pointer, normally, rather than the actual thing. Maps can only do concrete types, yeah. Stupid maps. I mean, I would normally, instead of using a map, I would normally commit sacrilege and use a linked list. I like linked lists. Linked lists make sense. Non-virtuals can be overloaded, yeah. But then it's not a pure virtual. Expected unqualified ID before pointer in 192. Image, not slice. Fool. OP on a Pi Pico indeed. Error passing constant slice as this argument discards qualifiers. I hate maps. I really hate maps. Maps are annoying. I would much rather have a linked list with pointers. Load track const. Why should I need to? It's not track list, it's slice list. That's much cleaner. Mood swingy, yes. Doing C++ is basically being... Yes, I like the OOP side of C++, the class implementations and things, but I loathe the standard template library. It's just stupid. Really stupid. Right. Right. Big mood, yes. So, struct new slice equals malloc. Oh, struct, because it complains. New slice. Start equals start. Slice list. No, wrong minute. Slice equals slice. If slice list equals null, slice list, that's slices. Right. One linked list. Okay. So now deleting, I need struct scan equal struct slice list scan equals that doesn't work. So PTR equals scan next. Actually, it's probably better as a while. Slices. While scan. PTR is scan next. Free scan. Scan equals PTR. So we record the next in the linked list, free the current one, and set the current one to be the one that we recorded. There we go, so that purges. What's this class name? Image. Hey, Bam Pam. So when we destruct the image, it should clear out all the memory for it. See what happens now when we compile. Now we get lots of errors. Declaration of slice changes meaning of slice. Of course.
Seems like someone's been mining C++ wisdom today.
I'd offer a discarded bit of code, but I fear it might be too complex for some.
Exclamation TRR.
At least it's not Python, yes. In member function slice star image find slice. Couldn't convert star scan from slice list to bool. Of course you can't. Star scan. Slice by 4 hour pi too small, yes. It's now slice PTR. Next error. Error passing const slice as this argument. Just got image load track. Okay, no matching function for slice list, void star, eh? Struct slice list star new slice is equals struct strike. Oh. Needs a star in there. Indeed, Ben. There we go, that compiles. Don't know if it works, but it compiles. Of course, it's only half there yet. Okay, so we have an image class now to which we can add slices. Well, there's mentioning of slices making you want to slice something. Ooh, banoffee pie. Ooh, I haven't had banoffee pie for years. I used to love banoffee pie. So now we get to implement the different types of slice. Missing a star in the cast. Someone like Bruce Willis. Yeah, he's a star. Could be the star in my cast. Smooth operator. And we've done it all without a map. In fact, no standard template library at all. Stuff maps. Have you never heard of banoffee pie, Raz? Ooh, it is the most amazing pudding ever. Banoffee pie. You had to Google it as well, now you're hungry, yes. It's food of the gods. It's got the healthiness of bananas and the unhealthiness of toffee. And lashings of cream. We need to provide the buffer to these functions so that it actually is able to load the track into somewhere. To all this work, patch SimH to accept both image formats. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. You don't go near the SimH disk code, but you can go near the open SimH disk code. That's fine. Stay away from SimH and use open SimH and everything's fine. I know I can put this in an initialization list, but I'm not a fan of them. Blob slice. Nice blob, slice of blob. Right, this whole thing though needs to know what the current disk format is that we're working with. Current, not raisin. No, not raisin, definitely current. So that it knows how big a track is to load it, how big a cylinder is. I mean, I could pass the track length when I do the load track, so it's only the image then needs to know. We'll start off by clearing out the buffer, emptying it. Yeah. Actually, really, I should do. should really be a size T, shouldn't it? So we clear out the buffer, then int I equals 0, I is less than repeats, I plus plus, mem copy, buffer not bugger, plus len times I, comma, ptr, comma, len. So for the first repeat sectors, or however long this blob happens to be, we copy the length multiplied by the current sector number from the beginning of the buffer, the data for the length of the data. And that should be all that's needed to load data from there into the track. So that's the track, that's the cylinder 0 dealt with then. Oversupply of sausages. There's no such thing, Chloe. You can't have an oversupply of sausages. You can only have an undersupply of sausages or an adequate supply of sausages, never an oversupply. There's no such thing as too many sausages. There's only ever not enough or just enough. Well, that's not a failure of the sausages being too many. That's a failure of you not being able to eat them fast enough. You need to eat them faster. This is fine for now, yes. I mean, this data is going to come from image configuration files. The worst that'll happen is it'll crash the program and trash your SD card. But yeah, I should go through afterwards and add bound checking. Not a fan of sausages? Not a fan of sausages? How can you not be a fan of sausages?
Sausage in a bun. Dear old sausage in a...
Trash your SD card. Yeah, there's lots of things that'll do that for you anyway. Yes, indeed.
Sausage in a bun.
This is, as the file name shows you, my test code. This is just me working out how it works. It's not the final implementation. But I want it to be sort of in that ballpark so that when I create the final implementation from it, it's not too much work. You're so sorry for not liking sausages. Come back when you like sausage. And build one to throw away, yes. And do it right the second time. Right, so the disk slice would have an FS file in it. Hey Cobb, streaking. So I want what I haven't got in these actually is the start. When I do a find slice, I need to get the offset. Which I shall put into another pointer parameter. So, load track. Offset. Okay. Right, so now we are loading the track with the offset removed from it. AliExpress is annoying you. It lets you add things to your basket, only to tell me they can't ship them to the UK, but only once I try and check out. Okay. I do. I also need to turn this around. So this is BPS times, actually let's go, BPS times TPC, no, times SPT times TPC. Okay. Does it need to care about geometry like that? Or can it all live in its consumers? I am not sure yet. It could just be a single value for the cylinder size. But I might want them broken down at some point in the future. Possibly, I don't know. I wonder if it compiles. I doubt it. No, it doesn't. Repeat 80s. That needs an underscore. Okay, that compiles. It won't work yet, but it compiles, which is good. Now in here, I would basically be doing a seek and a read. But that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight, I think. I'm not overrunning tonight. I'm a bit cooked today, as you can probably tell by my inability to type anything sensible. Because the brain weasels were really going at it all night last night, and I could not sleep. So I'm hoping they'll have settled down tonight and leave me in peace. So I'm going to call it there now, since it's 10 o'clock. And have an early night. Cooked silly sausage, yep. Absolutely cooked. I got about 2 hours sleep last night, possibly, roughly. I need cider to pacify the weasels. It doesn't really pacify them though, it just makes me need a piss. A good distraction from your own blare. Well yeah, there's too much blare around these days, isn't there?
With 69 bits, a swarm of dead insects says.
Corgo 69 get better brain.
Get a better brain. Well, the brain weasels are just one of the small prices I pay for being able to see code. And things like that. If I got a better brain, I'd lose a lot of my abilities. So it's just something I have to put up with every now and then. There's a few brain weasels running rampant through my brain at night. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway, Bampan. I wouldn't say it was a superb coding stream. Coding's often a bit boring sometimes. Your brain is squishy. Hydrocephalus. Oh, Python Skitrit, the brain doctor. I'm not familiar with that one. Coding's never boring. Oh, thank you. Right, anyway, I shall be back tomorrow again. You're getting me every night this week. It's no wonder I'm cooked, isn't it? So, yeah, it'll be bed tomorrow evening from 6 o'clock. There was coding, really? Wow. Well, maybe. There was me vomiting words into Vim. Whether it was coding or not is, well, anyone's guess, really. What are you doing tomorrow, Ben? Are you going to have another look at tapes tomorrow? Or power supply? Coding and sausages. This stream has it all. Oh, yes. Indeed it does. Courtesy of Chloe. The Sausage Queen. That's not a title you want, really, is it? No, you're not the Sausage Queen. That's not a good title. Into Vim is an anagram of vomiting, of course. Yeah, well, true, yeah. PSUing in one direction or another, not sure which yet. Fair enough, we shall look forward to it. I ordered the PCBs for the video interposer last night after stream. So those are in the queue for when Elecro get back to work next week. Vimto. Oh, Vimto's good. Vimto is the best. The Sausage Wrangler, title for multiple industries, yes. You're a bit brain knackered yourself after this week, fair enough. Well, you can just sit there and poke at KiCad for an hour and we'll keep you company. There is top stuff apart from the unfortunate anagram, yes. Yes, then it should be Shelby. Then after that, don't know what he's doing, and then I shall be along about 9 o'clock-ish. Keycat will poke back. It does like to do that, yes. So, ooh, Tizer. Oh, I remember Tizer. What did happen to Tizer? Launched in 1924. Looks like it should still be around. You just can't buy it anywhere. You can buy it on Amazon. 18 quid for a 24 pack box of Tizer. You know, it sells bar lines like Iron Brew should have it, yeah. Have to look out for that. I haven't had Tizer for decades. It used to be all the rage when I was a kid. Right, yes, I'll be back tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock. We'll probably be still poking at Vim, trying to get our head around this idea for multiple segments of tracks and things. Get Tizer and D&B in that sale on Amazon, yeah. You get everything on Amazon. Absolutely everything. Except a clue. And I don't have a clue at the moment. Are you Groot, G-Pin? Well done. Right. I used to have a funky bottle, yes. Okay, I am done. I will be back tomorrow evening. Ben will be back earlier on tomorrow evening.
Its brain is as knackered as his Vimto anagrams.
I'm just picking up the crumbs of chat as usual.
Fair enough, bot. I need to turn off that random interjection thing as well. That's annoying. I'll get rid of that. Killing Your High Street is available on Amazon too with every order. Yeah. Well, it's not something you can get on our high street. In fact, there are many things that we want to get that we can't get on our high street. Because they just don't sell them in our little town. They sell Clues on Amazon. No, they sell Cluedo on Amazon. It's not quite the same. Anyway, outro time. What's a high street? It's the street that's higher up than the low street. Right, well, that was an interesting evening of coding anyway. We've got our heads are a bit around it now. I think we've got some idea of how we're going to do it. It's just a matter of implementing it all now. So we'll continue with that tomorrow evening. Don't forget to join Ben at 6 o'clock for poking at KeyCAD. Then followed by Shelby doing whatever Shelby's doing. I'll probably be back on Saturday evening as well at about 9 o'clock-ish. And I assume Ben on Sunday, you thinking? For a bit more whatever you're going to do. And other than that, I'll be back on Monday for my normal week next week, including Tuesday and Wednesday off for singing. We're back to normality again. So Turkish barbers and vape shops all over, yes, and cafes and charity shops we've got, and that's about it. In fact, I need to take a walk down our main high street sometime. And
everyone who joined.
log all the
Special shout out to MJ, Lewis off 10 points.
all the changed shops and empty properties and update OpenStreetMap.
Helix, Daft Uncle, Fatty McFartface, Tyler Hoots, Chloe Raccoon, The Industrious, and Sir Stews a Lot, SEK28, Ras PLPJ, B9950, Bump on the Swarm of Dead.
We have the best kebab shop.
For being here.
We do. We have the best kebab shop.
4/7 for the generous subscription. And a warm
It is literally called
subscribers, a swarm of
the best kebab shop.
Sir Stews a Lot. You've earned the title of most active gas producer today with a respectable 1 fart.
Thanks for the laughs and good times, everyone.
See you next time.
Resume.